Hello beautiful people, welcome to a new video. How are you doing? Thank you so much for clicking in. If this is your first time, my name is Mecca. I live in the south of England. Now today we're making fire cider or master tonic, whichever one you want to call it. Now this is an old folk remedy. I discovered fire cider actually in 2018, first time ever, and it helped me through a nasty tummy bug. Since then I have helped family and friends with fire cider or master tonic when they've had issues with like gut and even stomach bugs, or even having issues with digestion. Now this is not a medicinal thing, it is a herbal remedy. There's not medical evidence backing up fire cider. However, these ingredients here have been known to have so many beneficial properties for your health, and honestly I take this every single morning. Since 2020, I have been taking it every morning in my herbal tea, and I will never look back. It helped me with cystitis and also having upper GI pain, which I used to need antacids like omeprazole for. Fire cider relieved it. Now, if you have issues with like ulcers, I will ask you to take this with caution, but apparently this has helped a lot of people with ulcer. Now, let me share what normally happens. So traditionally, fire cider is made using these ingredients. Now we have here, horseradish is key. You need to have horseradish. If you don't have horseradish, this is what horseradish looks like. I have peeled them. Now you can get them during wherever you are when it's in season, but if you don't have horseradish, no trouble. You also have oranges, lemons, ginger, garlic, turmeric, some chilies, some onions, and then we have thyme and rosemary herbs. You will need, if you're using turmeric, you need to use some black peppercorns. These are black Negro peppers. These are from Africa. They are popular in West Africa. We use them for women when they generally give birth or making a special popular meal called pepper soup. But I always add it to my fire cider tonic. It's fiery, it's peppery, and it's also really, really nice. I like it, and I will never go back to making fire cider without it. The beauty about fire cider is you can make it in whichever way you want. So there's no hard and fast rule. You can chop it up this way, or I'm gonna insert how I like making it. So I blend everything up because it makes it quicker. It increases the surface area, breaks down these vegetables quicker, and helps us use the fire cider tonic in no time. Another addition I make is this. These are hibiscus. So Nigerians, we call it zobo. I think some other people call it zobolo and different names. I also add it. It's high in vitamin C. It has other medicinal and herbal properties, and I love adding it. It also adds a beautiful color to my fire cider tonic. Now I must say, this is my spring recipe. So in the autumn, I have a different recipe. In the autumn, I add things like rose hips, which are readily available for me in the wild. I also add elderberries, which are really, really good for your respiratory system, and it's also good for the winter months. So try and get what you can find locally. These are stinging nettles. Yes, I add stinging nettles to my fire cider tonic because they are really, really good, and who doesn't want anything good in them? Thankfully, these are obviously you taking them in really small doses. I'm going to insert how I take it in my tea. So you're not taking a huge amount, like having a huge boost of all these herbs at once. And most people don't need it every day. Like the rest of my family, they don't take it daily. But once there's a sign of a cold, a cough, or even the children will come to me and say, "Mommy, can I have pepper juice?" Yeah, they call it pepper juice in my house because we started taking it when they were really little. So they always called it pepper juice, and they still call it that. Now, if you don't have the fresh ingredients like I have frozen cayenne peppers from my garden from last year. I also have fresh ones. I have some rosemaries and fresh turmeric tubers. Now I would get the powder. This is one thing you can always do. I have turmeric powder that you can add. I also have cayenne pepper powder. I try to go for organic when making this remedy because you don't want to have pesticides in the tonic that is meant to be, balancing your body. So try and go for organic, and also give everything a good clean wash. And now I'm gonna show you how I make this really fast. So we're gonna start. We also have some cloves, some peppercorns, which I said you need for the turmeric. I'm gonna blend all the ingredients. So we're gonna add everything into the blender. Yeah, I do not wash my hibiscus because I don't want it wet. If I was making this commercially, I would wash them. but I'm happy to use the powder. Hibiscus tea powder is usually just blended hibiscus. So if you buy hibiscus powder, that's all you get. So we're just gonna blend this up. Everything's blended nicely. We add the cane and also measure equal amounts of turmeric powder. And then finally, this is amla powder. Now, amla is also a great source of vitamin C. I will add some amla there. And we'll let this sit aside. This is all trying to make this quicker. So we're gonna chop this up. We're gonna add some vinegar. Yes, adding it in here. I'm blending ginger now, okay? All of these will be going in there. So this is a 20-liter fermentation crock. It's really good because it has where you can date it, as you can see, and you can say what exactly you have in there, which is really brilliant. Anyway, we'll go ahead and keep blending. Blending citrus is fine, even with the seeds and the skin. In fact, the whole of any citrus fruit is edible and it's nutritional, so it's good. I know some things like apples and some other seeds have got cyanide, but not citrus. So we always add it all, even into the fire cider anyway. There's no point taking time to take all the seeds out. And then I'll add all of these last. And you can also just chop it up rather than blending it. You can just use a chopping, setting on your blender and do that. That's fine. Let's do this. So as you can see here, that one didn't blend, but this has been chopped up, so it's not as pureed. Now let's add the last ingredient in here. Give this a good stir. I am really going to emphasize, if you are blending your ingredients, ensure you turn it occasionally, like maybe every couple of days, because you don't want the top bit to be oxidized, because you could end up with mold. These are all raw vegetables, and the tendency for them to have mold is high because of the high water content. Anyway, final ingredients, we will be adding the powders. Remember what these are, and that is all going in. We add the whole lot in. Look at that. And give this a good stir. This is the beauty of this fermentation crock. Like I said, it's specifically for fermenting. So it has a special window here that you can use to access it. Once it's sealed, you don't touch the rims. So this has been washed and cleaned really properly. So you leave this air bit in here. I am not advertising this. I bought this a few years ago, actually 2020, and I've had it since then because I used to sell Cider Tonic. I had a business where I sold it. So we're just gonna push it in. Now look what we've done. So can you see how we've cleaned the edges and we've ensured that everything is sitting right in there. Clean it properly so that we don't have any bits out there, and we seal the hole. Now, this is not fermentation, this is an infusion. We are not fermenting anything. We're not growing or getting any lactic acid or any sort of bacteria formation here. We're infusing this. So what I can do with my jar now is, all I need to do is just give it a stir, because it's sealed. I don't need to open this. But if you don't have this similar jar, I'll show you what to do. We're going to make what's left there in a glass jar. So keep watching. If you're enjoying the video, kindly give us a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and also leave a comment. Let me know what you think, your experience about Cider Tonic. I think I should do a video about my stories. How many people have used this thing and come back and be like, wow. Obviously, it's not everyone's cup of tea. And we actually used to make one without garlic and without some onions, but the difference, actually, the healing properties of garlic and onions are really worth it. So we'll take this aside now and we'll make the other batch. Using the traditional method, the original method I learned was doing it this way. So we're just gonna stuff all our ingredients in. Now this is nice and soaked. I'll get some black pepper to put in here. Add some black pepper. This is a fermentation weight. You can buy this online, or you can just use anything you have. It's good because if I don't put the weight in, you can see some oranges and things floating. We don't want floaters. So we just pop that there and everything is automatically underneath. So we just pour a little there and we leave a bit of headroom. No fermentation happens here, but this is gonna be sitting nice and happy until I'm ready to strain it. It can keep it for up to 3, 6 months, even 1 year, and nothing will happen to it. I made this when I first started making it, and I wouldn't go near it until I had a really nasty stomach bug, and my mom forced me to try it. She made me actually make it. She's like, you have to take this, it will help. And as soon as I took the first sip, my tummy settled. No more vomiting, no more retching, no more diarrhea. And I was sold. And ever since, is no going back. So I hope you can make fire cider tonic for yourself and your family and loved ones today. Thank you once again for watching. This is Mecca's Garden and Healing Journey. And until next time, see you in another video. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.